Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Burrito Extra Beef. My name's Darren.
My name's Landon.
And today we're going to be reviewing a DC movie, possibly one, it is in both of our top three DC movies. Joker from 2019, starring Joaquin Phoenix. Where to start with this movie? Right.
Well, I would say one of the best, if not the best, DC movie. Honestly,
I can say it is one of the best.
I know you disagree due to Batman.
This is better than the Batman, but the Suicide Squad I enjoyed a lot, like very, very much. But that you want to hear our thoughts on Suicide Squad and the Batman, you can go watch the other extra beefs. That's not what this is. Yeah, we should get into Joker. I don't know what question I should ask to start this off. We both saw Joker when it came out.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters with a group of friends.
Mm-hmm. And I saw it in theaters with some of my family. And I really, really love this movie.
Oh yeah, I do too. It's
got a great cast.
Yeah, everyone here is like top-notch performances.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best I've ever seen. Some of the best acting I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and read off this here. Joker is a 2019 American psychological thriller film directed and produced by Todd Phillips, who co-wrote the screenplay with Scott Silver. The film, based on DC Comics characters, stars Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker and provides a possible origin story for the character. Set in 1981, it follows Arthur Fleck, a failed clown and aspiring stand-up comedian whose descent into insanity and nihilism inspires a violent and countercultural revolution against the wealthy in a decaying Gotham City. Robert De Niro, Zazie Beetz, Francis Conroy, Brett Cullen, Glenn Fleshler, Bill Camp, Shea Wiggum, and Mark Maron are appearing in supporting roles. Distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures, Joker is produced by WB Pictures and DC Films in association with Village Roadhouse shows, Braun Creative, and joint effort. It says here that Todd Phillips conceived Joker in 2016 and wrote the script with Silver throughout 2017. The two were inspired by 1970s character studies in the films of Martin Scorsese, particularly Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy, who was initially attached to the project as a producer. That's interesting. Martin Scorsese was going to produce the movie.
Yeah, I feel bad really liking this movie.
How's that?
Only because I've never seen those movies. And I hear they're like fantastic. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I wish I could see that just so I can get more of a frame of reference of like what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've seen this movie. How many times have you seen this movie?
At least 10 times.
I've seen it less. I
saw it twice today, just to make sure I got everything down.
I saw it. I did not get to watch it today because I was engaged in other things. But I've probably seen this movie about 5-6 times. Still very good though.
Yeah.
It says here that the film loosely adapts plot elements from Batman the Killing Joke from 1988, but Phillips and Silver otherwise did not look to specific comics for inspiration. Phoenix became attached in February 2018 and was cast that July, while the majority of the cast signed on by August. Principal photography took place in New York City, New Jersey, and Newark from September to December 2018. Joker is the first live-action theatrical Batman film to receive an R rating from the Motion Picture Association. Is it the first R-rated DC movie?
No, I want to say like for live action.
Yes.
Watchmen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if there was something before that, but I know Watchmen.
It's the second.
Unless there is something I'm missing, I'm not sure though.
I don't know. I think it's Watchmen in this.
I'm trying to think of. Isn't Zack Snyder's Justice League the Ultimate Edition rated R? Not Justice League, but Batman vs Superman.
I'm not sure.
I think his Justice League is rated R as well, but I'm not too sure. I don't fully remember.
He does drop an F-bomb, but I don't think it's enough to.
Well, yeah, to say it, but
yeah. All right, let's get into the rest here. Joker had its worldwide premiere at the 76th Venice International Film Festival on August 31st, 2019, where it won the Golden Lion and was released in the United States on October 4th, 2019. While Phoenix's performance, the direction, visual style, editing, musical score, and cinematography were praised, the dark tone, portrayal of mental illness, and handling of violence divided opinions and generated concerns of inspiring real-life violence. The film was a box office success and set records for an October release. It grossed over $1 billion, the first R-rated film to do so, and became the sixth highest grossing film of 2019 during its theatrical run. The film also received numerous accolades, including the Academy Award for Best Actor and Best Original Score. A musical sequel titled Joker Folie à Deux, translates Madness for Two, not Multiverse of Madness, that's what I was about to say, is scheduled to be released on October 4th, 2024, with Phillips and Phoenix returning.
Okay. Very exciting.
Yes. Let's talk about, so they did something in this that I really enjoyed. But then it has to do with his laughing.
The condition.
Yes. So he's got. See if I can see what the condition is called. Probably have it right here.
It's really cool because it's like it like hurts him. You know what I'm saying? It's like when he laughs, it like hurts.
Hang on. I want to figure out what this medical condition is called. No, you can't stop laughing. Okay, it's called pseudo-bulbar effect, characterized by episodes of sudden, uncontrollable, inappropriate laughing or crying. Pseudo-bulbar effect.
Actually, there's a couple scenes I feel bad for Joker Arthur.
Yeah.
Due to like him just like, especially when he's doing stand-up, it's like he can't even like get the joke out. You know what I'm saying?
Or the one on the bus when he was playing with that
oh yeah, he's just having fun with that kid, and then like and the woman gets like pissed off, like she gets like really mad at him.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, dang, woman, chill, but like I kind of like I don't know if I would want, you know. Yeah, I get why, and he just starts laughing like crazy.
Yeah. And then there was the one on the train too, but that was where it really all started to go downhill. On the train, it was.
I was like, yeah, okay.
They're messing with the woman, and he starts laughing. And he tries to stop, and that's when they get all those three Wayne guys. Where they work for Wayne Industries, so it was Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are awful, Murray.
Yeah.
we need to post that video on our dang on our freaking Facebook, man, and Twitter. That's funny. I love it.
But yeah, I'm gonna read some of the plot right here, and then we'll talk about it as I read through it. A party clown and aspiring stand-up comedian Arthur Fleck lives with and cares for his mother Penny in crime-ridden, economically stagnant Gotham City. Arthur suffers from a neurological disorder that causes him to laugh uncontrollably at inappropriate times, requiring medication for which he depends on social services. After Arthur is attacked by juvenile delinquents, which just happened like right at the beginning of the movie, that was pretty messed up.
Oh yeah.
They steal a sign, and he runs off to get it, and they jump him in the alleyway and leave him down there crying on the ground. And then he gets fired from his job because he lost the sign.
Yeah, and it wasn't really his fault.
No, and I felt bad for him. Well, he also it wasn't because he lost the sign; it's because he brought a gun to wait. Okay.
Yeah. Sure, he gets fired for that.
Yeah,
because coworkers gives it to him.
He got in trouble about the sign.
Yeah, because he's already on thin ice, and he was taking it out of his paycheck. And out of his paycheck, and then all of a sudden, later on, one of his coworkers, can't remember his name.
Randall is the one that gives him a gun.
Yeah, Randall. Yeah. He gives him a gun. Then later out, Randall rats him out to their boss.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up. I don't like that guy.
A gun. And that. I mean, he gets And then later, he, like, kills Randall.
Yeah. This says, after Arthur is attacked by juvenile delinquents, his co-worker Randall gives him a revolver for self-defense. Now, Arthur pursues a relationship with his neighbor, single mother Sophie, and invites her to see his routine at Pogo's Comedy Club. He meets her in the elevator, played by Zazie Beetz, who I just read today is rumored to be returning in the next one.
Oh, I thought she died.
No?
Because here's the thing. So she goes. So I always thought this because I always thought that they go, like, he goes, like, that whole scene where it's like he's like at his lowest moment, and he goes to, like, he like tucks her daughter in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I know they just like never hung out and all that, and she's like, what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, well, crap, what happens?
He looks at her and does that, like, shooting himself thing.
Yeah, so they did.
And then that's all we see after that.
But then you leave. But then, like, the next scene, you see, like, an ambulance come in and go into her door, like, where the apartment was, as he's walking through.
I don't know.
Dude. So I always thought she died.
This says that she's signing on for the next one, so probably not. This is at Children's Hospital. Arthur's revolver falls out of his coat in full view of the children. Randall lies to their manager, stating that the gun was Arthur's own, and Arthur subsequently fired. Depressed on the subway, still in clown makeup, Arthur witnesses 3 drunk businessmen harassing a woman and has a laughing episode, and then is beaten by the group who work for Wayne Investments. Well, it's Wayne Investments. He shoots and kills 2 of them in self-defense and murders the third as he attempts to flee. The killings are condemned by billionaire mayoral candidate Thomas Wayne, who calls his political opponents clowns. Protesters react by donning clown masks in Arthur's image. Budget cuts shut down the social service program, leaving Arthur without medication. Fun fact, I don't know if you knew this. You remember the scene where Arthur is on the street? I don't know if it shows him with, I think he was with that Sophie girl, and they were looking at a picture of a clown. He turns around, sees a taxi go by, and in the back of it is a person wearing one of the clown masks.
Yeah.
And that person is the girl from the subway train.
Oh, that's been like confirmed. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you can see she's wearing the same outfit and the same color hair and the same length and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I saw that actually the other day. Yeah, Thomas Wayne, mayoral candidate. I find this kind of interesting. At one point, you find out about that his mom, Arthur's mom, has been writing to Thomas Wayne and waiting for him to respond back.
Yeah, for years.
Yeah, and you wonder why. Eventually, you find out that, you think you find out that Arthur is the son of Thomas Wayne. And I thought that was like crazy. And then they had the reveal where he actually wasn't, and then they had to reveal what really was going on with his mom.
Yeah,
and him, and I was like, "This is nuts." There was one moment in this movie that did make me cry.
There's a lot of things that made me tear up a bit.
The one for me was when he finds out what happened to him. He was in the hospital, whatever, and got the records and ran into the stairwell and was reading it.
Yeah,
that got me.
Thing is, originally when I saw the trailers, I thought it was like really sad because he like takes care, he takes care of his mom and everything, and then sad. It's like, oh dang. But then later find out, and there's a couple. This movie was pretty interesting watching in the movie theater.
The sound effects, like the gunshots, sounded real.
Oh yeah,
they were good. I really enjoyed it.
Like what happened, like literally the part where because this literally happened where I was in the theater, good friends of mine, and my friend, he like left the theater during the whole Murray scene near the end because he's all like, dude, he's like, dude, I like felt like so uncomfortable. I couldn't take it. I had to like walk out real quick. I like use the bathroom. It was I'm at the
point now where like I'm so invested in all these movies that I don't want to get up. If I run out of drink, I don't care. I'm not getting up.
yeah. I mean, like there's no what like I'm like by the time I'm like 20 years old, I'm 18 now. my bladder is gonna be destroyed. I can't hold it no more. Dude, my kidneys are broken. I can't. I'm destroyed. I can't.
Gotta do it.
I'm gonna have to carry. Dude, I'm really going to have to.
I will get up. I'm not gonna go see Flash in theater probably, but I am gonna get up in the middle of that and go use the bathroom.
I'll see it. I'm gonna walk out and use the bathroom. Dude, I'm gonna have to start carrying me those things they got at like psychiatric hospitals where they put the tube in you and you have a plastic bag with pee in it. Dude, that's gonna be me when I'm 20 years old. I'm telling you.
And watching Avengers: The Kang Dynasty using the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, you bet I'm gonna hook myself up with that.
That'll be the most awkward. Anyway, back to Joker. Here we go.
Tell me all about a movie.
Yeah. Sophie attends Arthur's stand-up routine, which goes poorly. He laughs uncontrollably, and his jokes fall flat.
Yeah,
Arthur, that was very uncomfortable.
I was like, dude, I feel so bad, man.
Arthur intercepts a letter from Penny to Thomas alleging that he is Thomas's illegitimate son and berates his mother for hiding the truth. I thought he was going to kill his mom in this scene. And he was like, Mom, open the door. And she was like, no. And he was like, and he had to calm himself down. And he was like, Mom, I'm not going to hurt you. Open the door. I'm like, you shouldn't have to say that.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to hurt you. I guess I'll ask my mom. Mom, I'm not going to hurt you, but I mean,
yeah. It says here that he goes to Wayne Manor where he meets Thomas's young son Bruce, but flees after a struggle with the family butler Alfred Pennyworth.
I never knew that was Alfred. I thought it was just
that was Alfred.
Oh no, it does. Yes, it does say Pennyworth. My bad. My
bad. This scene made my theater cheer. There are two scenes. It was this one and one at the end. But this one, whenever he was like, "What's your name?" and he was like, "Bruce," and my theater went, "Yeah!" no one cheered for Alfred though.
No one cheered for. I didn't fully know that was Alfred.
I assumed. I think they say it too. I think he calls him Alfred while he's walking away. Bruce.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Yeah. It's funny. I saw it twice today. I don't know. I'm working, so but I've seen it and know. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I remember.
Yeah. Penny suffers a stroke and is hospitalized. I thought she was going to die in that scene too. I think she's going to die in most of this movie, and it actually happens. It says Arthur's idol, popular late night talk show host Murray Franklin, mocks Arthur by showing clips of his failed performance, calling him a joker, angering Arthur. Arthur, the first few times I watched this, he does say the line, he was like, "Joker, that's what you called me," is what he tells Murray. The first two times I couldn't remember him calling him that. But then I remember, I think he says like, "Take a look at this, Joker," or something like that.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of.
I didn't catch that like the first few times. I finally started hearing it, and I was like, "Oh, that's where that comes from." But Arthur sneaks into a private movie theater event and confronts Thomas, who tells him that he is not his father and that Penny is not his biological mother. In denial, Arthur visits Arkham State Hospital and steals Penny's files, which states she was a narcissist who adopted Arthur while working as a housekeeper for the Waynes in the 1950s. Penny then raised Arthur with her abusive boyfriend, who later died in jail. For following the abuse, Penny was sent to Arkham. That's the scene I was talking about where I had made me cry a little bit.
Oh.
I felt so bad for him.
I know, I did too.
It says, distraught, Arthur enters Sophie's apartment unannounced. Frightened, Sophie talks to Arthur as if the two had never met, saying she recognizes him from down the hall, then asks him to leave. The film flashes back to moments where Arthur had been with Sophie, revealing that Sophie had not actually been there, confirming that the two were strangers and her presence in his life was a delusion. The following day, Arthur smothers Penny at the hospital, killing her for her deceit. That was surprising.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my friend.
It's a it's a freaking comedy.
Freaking comedy. Like, my friend, the one that left, he told me he almost left her in that scene, too, because he's like, dude.
Oh, that was a lot.
Man, maybe I don't know. But it's crazy, though. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Movie's not for the lighthearted. You will leave. I said this on the podcast. This is not a movie you will leave feeling hyped or leave feeling like I don't know, any kind of like emotion, you will leave this feeling like, man, like I don't know how to feel.
Am I the Joker?
Am I Arthur Fleck? This says here that Arthur is invited to appear on Murray's show due to the popularity of his stand-up clips. He's visited by ex-colleagues Randall and Gary. Arthur kills Randall out of revenge while sparing Gary for treating him well in the past. That was a very gruesome scene.
Oh yeah, dude! He stabs with scissors, just slams his head in the door constantly.
Yes, kind of made me laugh some parts of this scene. Not when he died, but with Gary.
And
he was like, and because Gary was the only one that was ever nice to Arthur, and he was like, I always have this line stuck in my head. I don't know why. It was Arthur going, "It's crazy, ain't it? Me on the telly," and I don't know. I guess you're just mocking Gary, but I was like,
he's mocking the way he sounds.
Yeah, and then Gary goes to the door and tries to open it, and he can't. He's like, Arthur, and he was like, oh.
Yeah, he like freaks him out.
Yeah, like kissed his forehead as he was leaving.
It's so like, oh,
yeah. The look that he get, like, there's scene he had the white makeup on, and he had his arms like on each side of the wall, and he was like looking down. He looks up at Randall, and it was like the creepiest thing. Joaquin Phoenix like did phenomenal in this movie, and he lost like a lot of weight to do this.
Oh yeah, a lot. He like stopped eating completely. I mean, I don't know, I could be just dead wrong, but I think he just like he went like a nothing. Like he wasn't eating nothing apparently. So I'm saying,
no, and then he gained it all back, and now he's got to lose it again so he can do Joker 2.
Oh, dude,
very unhealthy movie routine.
Yeah, it very. It's great though. I love the movie. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can agree. It's very good.
It's probably my favorite DC movie. Period.
Yeah, I would say that I so like the Suicide Squad just because that felt like a live action comic book, like straight up.
Yeah.
But this says Arthur kills Randall out of revenge and sparing Gary for treating him well in the past. 2 detectives pursue Arthur. Now, these detectives are kind of pointless, but they were there anyway.
Yeah, they're there for some.
They're like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
2 detectives pursue Arthur, now in a colorful costume, onto a subway filled with clown protesters. One detective accidentally shoots and kills a protester, thus inciting a riot, while Arthur escapes during the chaos, making his way to the TV studio. Before the show goes live, Arthur asks Murray to introduce him as Joker, a reference to Murray's mockery. On stage, Arthur tells morbid jokes before confessing to the subway murders, ranting about how society abandons the downtrodden and mentally ill and berating Murray for mocking him. Murray argues with Arthur, who flies into a rage and assassinates him on live TV before the horrified audience flees. This is one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Like, it's so intense what's going on, and he was like, "You're awful, Murray." He was like, "I'm awful. How am I awful?" He was like making fun of me, bringing me on your show. Like
fun of me.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And what did he say? It was like that whole ending part where he was like, what do you get when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash? It's like, you get what you deserve and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene was crazy. And then he shoots Robert De Niro in the face.
Yeah.
And he shoots him again, like a few times. I did not expect that one bit, because the movie's building up to you believing that Arthur was going to shoot himself on live TV.
Yeah, some people believe that was the original intention. Mm-hmm. But like,
I believe that.
Like,
I think, but then Murray
like makes him like mad. Like the last straw, he's like, "That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Kill him.
I'm not even going."
He already confessed to the murders. What's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
But this says that. Let's see, where's that? All right, he's arrested as riots erupt across Gotham. One of the rioters corners the Wayne family in an alley and murders Thomas and his wife, sparing Bruce. Rioters in an ambulance crash into the police car carrying Arthur, freeing him. He stands atop the car, starts dancing to the cheers of the crowd, and smears blood on his face in the shape of a smile. That scene made my theater cheer. And it's still my favorite scene in this whole movie.
Yeah.
is when he's dancing in the car and he like feels the blood in his nose. He looks at his fingers and then he draws the smile on his face.
Yeah.
And the music in that scene, and like, it was so good. My theater was like, right when he finished the smile, everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was depressed afterwards.
Oh.
They're just like, oh, now we're back to not knowing how to feel.
Yeah. Now we're just. It's the movie. The movie's great.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing. No other words. It's like, because my theater, I can't remember my theater going crazy. I mean, maybe they did. I don't remember, but I feel like there was like some cheers when it was like, yeah, my name's Bruce.
Yeah.
It was but it's so fun. Like my dad, I mean, he loves comic movies, but he hasn't been interested in them in the past couple of years. But Joker was like one of his favorite. Like I feel like that's a movie you can show anyone. Like don't even tell them it's a comic. I mean, surely everyone knows it's the Joker, but just act like, oh, it's just something original. It's not even doing anything.
Yeah. It would be just as great.
Yeah.
This says that later at Arkham State Hospital, Arthur laughs menacingly to himself about a joke during a session with a therapist, but declines to tell it, claiming she wouldn't get it. He escapes, leaving behind bloodied footprints as an orderly chases him through the corridors. Okay, so that's this kind of up for interpretation. What joke do you think he's talking about? It flashes over to Bruce during that.
Some people think he, like, I know there was a rumor that Batman just put him in jail and that he figured out his identity.
I mean, it wouldn't make, I
don't think it makes sense at all, but that was like a rumor.
Well, we didn't see him get arrested.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm interested. And Lady Gaga is going to be in the next one as Harley Quinn. Or Harleen Quinzel. I don't know if she's Harley Quinn yet.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get to see some more Batman villains there. If we're going to Arkham, we could see all kinds of people.
I know you wanted to see Crane.
Oh, I want to see Professor. What's his first name? Why am I forgetting it? Crane. What's Crane? I should know this. He's like one of my favorite Batman villains.
Oh, he's like my favorite.
Crane. Hold on. It's not Ichabod. That's a character from.
That's from Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, but this was inspired off of.
I can't.
I almost said Richard Crane. That's not it.
I don't even want.
Jonathan Crane. Oh, all right, I'm ending this. No. Yeah. I'm sorry. Strip me of my title of superhero podcast host. Yes, Jonathan Crane. I'll see Professor Jonathan Crane at Arkham or Professor Jervis Tetch, because that happens sometimes in comics too. I would love to see some other psychopath villains.
Yeah,
but
that'd be good.
Yeah. Let's go over here to the Rotten Tomatoes and let's read what people have to say about Joker. Joker has a 68% for critics on Rotten Tomatoes and a 88% for the audience, showing that the critics don't matter. But Rotten Tomatoes scores don't really matter anyway, but the reviews...
Honestly, I think critics were honestly just trying to pander to...
Well, they get paid to write bad reviews.
They probably do, I always suppose.
The critic...
It's annoying that, like, that movie's so good. I don't understand because honestly, I think they're also trying to pander to people that were like worried about it messing with the youth or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I'm guessing, I don't know. That's why I like to think they're all like,
Yeah. This says the critic consensus is Joker gives its infamous central character a chillingly plausible origin story that serves as a brilliant showcase for its star and a dark evolution for comics-inspired cinema. Let's read some good reviews and bad reviews, and we'll give our thoughts on those, and we'll end this off. All right. Here's a good review. Not only an intelligent throwback to the feel-bad shock cinema of the 1970s, Joker is all but unique in its social realism. Joaquin Phoenix in another outstanding performance. Here's this one right here. The Joker is a powerful idea about accountability in our society, but it's clear the script wasn't there. Luckily, they were able to make it work with improv and interpretive dance. That sounds more like a bad review, but okay.
Everyone can agree, though, Joaquin Phoenix is the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
Not have anything else.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Here's a bad review. Joker doesn't understand its representation of violence because it doesn't know what to do with its politics, opting instead for a confused aestheticization of anarchy, all incendiary chants and masked malcontents thronging the streets. That sounds like it was written by one John Spillman.
I wonder if John likes this movie.
I think he does. I remember him telling he doesn't. I'm not allowed to like anything and then talk to it with Spillman and then he'll just trashes on it. He's like trashing on Batgirl. I think he is. He's just like not saying anything.
He's just. I think he's upset.
Well, he's trashed on Batgirl before. He said it was stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, my main trashed on multiverses.
Yeah, that's true.
And he tries to. It's so funny because he'll act like he's like, what? He tries to think he forgot about it, but I'm like, oh, I don't forget.
Yeah, we remember every single detail.
The thing is, I'll like be the one in the classroom trying to defend it all, and he'll be like, no, that's trash, and everyone in there was like clowning. So I don't.
Yeah.
Lord help him.
Yep. This says right here, it's a less genuinely transgressive approach than one closely modeled on the work of Martin Scorsese, and thus more an exercise in homage than rebellion. Even so, that won't stop people from aggrandizing it. And this person said, as committed as I was to Phoenix's performance, I found myself walking out of the theater wondering, why do we need to tell this deeply violent and triggering story now? Where does DC go from here with this standalone film?
What?
Those were those critic reviews. Now here's some audience reviews real quick. This one rated a 5-star. I'm not going to read all of it. I'll read it.
Gotham City. Like 5 stars?
Yes.
Like 5.
This is 5 stars for audience review. Gotham City has always represented the worst of America's urban cities. To my knowledge, Todd Phillips' Joker is the first of the Gotham-based films to explore how this DC comic city is a breeding ground for homicidal maniacs. It's mesmerizing, disturbing, and, while not for everyone, a masterpiece.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And let me find some bad one, and so here's a 0.5 star, not even 1 star.
Wow.
This person said, yes, the movie is artistic, but it's basically a look at an insane and sorry, super abused individual for 2 hours. It had very little story and certainly no wisdom or insight into the human condition. I didn't find it charming or insightful. The world could have been just fine without the Joker. Another self-indulgent product produced by an overrated industry whose best days are behind it. In essence, I hated it.
Yeah, no.
So,
I think I don't know. I mean, you think we're about wrapped up here?
Yeah.
I got one question though.
All right.
And this is mostly for you because I mean I got my answer clearly. Does this beat Heath Ledger's Joker, or is
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix the best Joker?
Yes.
Oh,
I can say that.
I know people that will skin you alive for saying.
No, we really haven't seen the most like a full on. There's still one Joker thing that we haven't seen, which is Barry Keoghan's Joker. We haven't seen his full fledged out performance as Joker yet. So I'm not going to say that before, but as of right now, is Joaquin Phoenix. We'll see how Barry Keoghan does, and whenever he shows back up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to agree. Because I was always a Jack Nicholson guy.
That's a good Joker.
That's like that's my Joker. That's like classic.
Yeah.
But currently Joaquin Phoenix is like he just raised the bar perfectly.
Yeah. But what would you rate this movie out of 10?
Honestly, a 10.
Yeah. I was there with a 10 too.
It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. I don't really have any complaints about it. It doesn't feel like it's slow at any moments. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like. I mean, I'm sure you could probably nitpick it here or there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I can't. Even me trying to nitpick it, I can't think of anything I just did not like about the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But we should probably go ahead and end this out then.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this week. Next week, I should have said this in the podcast yesterday, but didn't. Won't be able to have any episodes next weekend. Because my first weekend in college, I have to do a bunch of stuff, and I'm not gonna have time to record.
Oh, so no 311th cruise.
That's not next weekend.
Well, you told me you're gonna skip college to go to 311. I was wondering.
Well, that's like not that. That's like in March, but there will not be an episode. But hopefully, I'll be able to do one the following weekend, or maybe sometime during the week if I get a chance. I don't know.
You gonna take your PS5 with you to college?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
But I think that's about everything to say. A very good movie. And fun review. Next review, hopefully, we'll be able to build our own dream DCEU. The next little extra beef we do, not review.
It'll be pretty interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I guess I'm just gonna be stuck here in Davidson County.
Yep, and I'll be in Greensboro.
Yes, yeah.
Probably not. All right. But yeah, thank you all.
Hold on, it just occurred to me. Where are you going to school for?
Going to do media studies, which is just it's a fancy way to say film.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could bring Night Watcher and Killzone to life.
That's my first goal.
That's basically what you're telling me.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to do my job no more.
I said I was casting you. I'm Seth Rogen.
Get Seth Rogen or Jack Black to play me, and I'll be.
Jack Black's a little too old to play your character.
No, he's not.
Okay. Well.
But Seth Rogen.
Let's end this out. Let's end this. Thank you all so much for listening this week. I guess we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
See ya.